Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first holiday episode of 2022. Super excited to jump into this. So this year, we're trying to rack our brains on what we want to do for this holiday season, and we thought about talking about what rides should get a holiday overlay. There's already some amazing rides with holiday overlays, and so we challenged ourselves to pick 4 from the West Coast and 4 on the East Coast. So we're doing 1 ride from each park in Disney World. And there's only 2 parks in Disneyland, but we just said, you know what? We're going to pick 2 from each. Yeah, level the playing field. So we're picking 2 from Disneyland, 2 from California Adventure, and then 1 in each park for Disney World. So excited to talk about what we came up with.
Me too. I think we have some pretty good ideas.
I think so too. And our followers also had some really great ideas too. Some that overlapped with ours and then some that we didn't even think about. So shout out to our listeners for suggesting those. But
we'll get into that more soon.
Yeah, definitely. But with that, should we jump into our first Christmas episode?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, before we get to our main topic for this evening, I'm going to introduce our snack. We haven't made a snack on here in kind of a while.
Yeah.
But looking at the holiday offerings on Disney Parks blog, we found one that we knew we had to make very quickly on this holiday season. So this one is called Luigi's Chicken Pesto
Cone?
Pesto chicken cone.
Something
Pesto
like that.
chicken cone.
You get the gist.
Yeah, you can tell what's in it. So basically it's like pasta with pesto and bruschetta tomatoes and some balsamic and some cheese.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic. And we made the mac and cheese bread cone last year. Delicious.
Amazing.
One
So
of my
good.
favorite ones we've ever made. It's delicious in the park. It's delicious made at home. I'm so excited to try this one. It looks so good. I'm so glad it worked out. They look how they should.
It was a little scary going back to the bread cone after a year, but
doing the bread cone is a little tricky. There's a lot of steps to it, which we'll have a reel for on our Instagram by the time this episode is out. It's a little bit complicated to make these cones,
but don't
it's
let
fun.
that hold you back. Yeah,
give it a try.
It's so good.
It's fun to do. It's just a little tedious,
for sure.
but
we're
gonna try these guys. If you can see on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, look at how
look at
delicious that looks.
With that balsamic glaze, I'm so excited for
How many colors?
I know, right?
You know, I want to use a fork, but I also just kind of want to go in for it.
I know, same here. It's too good.
Cheers.
Oh man. Wow. I need a fork to get into the pasta, but
Oh my gosh, so many flavors.
oh gosh, I love that.
That is so good, you guys. Highly recommend going to get this in the park. We obviously have not tried it in the park because it's a very new snack.
I think it was actually there last year, but we haven't
never saw
gone
it.
during Christmas in a long time.
Yeah, it has been a while. I just don't remember hearing anything about it last year, but so good.
This is amazing.
So good.
Yeah, the pesto with the balsamic glaze, the bruschetta tomatoes, the cheese on top really, really evens out so nicely. I love this.
So good.
Wow. That was
That
was
good.
amazing. Guys, if
So
you are not
delicious.
going to the parks during the holiday season, make this at home. Find our reel. Go check it out because that was
That was one of the best snacks we've made, I think.
Yeah. It's so
So good.
warm and comforting.
And
Everything
the
you want for
bruschetta
Christmas.
adds a nice freshness.
Oh,
So good. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that was incredible.
So it can be found obviously at the Cozy Cones. It's Cozy Cone 3.
Yeah.
We looked it up to be sure. And if I was there right now,
Oh
I
my
would
gosh.
definitely be getting it. And I want to know if we made it exact too. I'm so curious
Yeah.
if it tastes similar. But this was really good.
That was
So
crazy good.
if you copy ours, it'll taste really good, I promise.
For sure. Yeah. So good. So before we jump in, we wanted to just quickly brush over some of the existing holiday overlays that you could find. And we tried to find as many as we could. I feel like for some reason, every time we do like an extensive list like this, we're always going to miss like one or two. And then someone's going to be like, you're not a real Disney fan because you don't know that actual holiday overlay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, sorry. I just
so judgy.
Missed it. Yeah. But first off, do you want to hit us up with Magic Kingdom, what you could find there?
Yeah.
And some of these too is like, some of these you could find every single day, any single time during the holidays. But some, I think like the first one might be only for the holiday party. But these are just, some that you could find and are running currently.
Yeah, and I didn't know about some of these, so this is kind of cool.
Same here because we're Disneyland natives.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So Space Mountain has one called Holiday Run. This was total news to me. I had no idea that there was any kind of Christmas overlay for Space Mountain, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland Speedway Race Through the Holidays. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's not really much of a race. I feel like that in Autopia is very slow. It's like a jog through the holidays.
Yeah. Like a jaunt.
A jaunt, yeah.
Jaunt through the holidays.
And I think this one just kind of has just Christmas decorations around. Yeah, I don't really think. And Space Mountain, I guess it's like the lights and the music.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
it must be pretty minimal. I can't imagine they could do a whole lot of like retheming.
With like our Space Mountain, the Halloween one is very
the whole thing changes.
Intense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's also Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Had no idea about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen videos of it. I'm sure they just make Christmas jokes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the only thing you really do with that.
I like it. There's also Mad Tea Party, which is rethemed to be holiday. Mm-hmm. And Jingle Cruise. That one I did know about. But
and that could be found on both coasts too.
Yeah. I would love to do Jingle Cruise. I've never actually been on it. It looks so fun and cute.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where we usually go to Disneyland like spring or fall. And we've just always feared going during the holidays. We have been during the holidays, but it's just been a long while. So
it's been something we weren't willing to brave for a bit.
Yeah.
I wish we would, because there's nothing more magical than holidays at Disneyland, especially Christmas time.
And now it's just busy any day, any time of the year. So we might as well go during the holidays.
I was actually looking at lines today just out of curiosity, and it wasn't even like any worse than when we were there last. It might have been better, actually.
Really?
I was like,
yeah, we literally saw 3 hours for a Haunted Mansion holiday, which is insane.
Yeah, that's the longest I've ever seen Haunted Mansion.
It said how many minutes? It was like 100.
Yeah, whatever. 3 hours.
Yeah, and we calculated it. We're like, that's 3 hours. That's
no
insane.
Way.
180 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Nuts.
Terrible. So Epcot has Cosmic Rewind, which is kind of holiday overlaid. It has a Christmas song in it. I think that's pretty much it. So that's cool. I hope they could do a little bit more with it down the line, but pretty awesome.
Considering it just opened so recently.
Yeah. It is cool that they already threw something in.
Surprised they put something in that quickly,
actually. It's awesome. And then also Living with the Land has a couple decorations, but it's not like, it's not like a full holiday overlay. So some of the Disney World ones aren't like fully involved, but and then I'll just get this one too because it's
short.
Yeah. Hollywood Studios, this is the only one I found there. Alien Swirling Saucers. So I think it's just the music as well. I don't think the aliens are wearing Santa hats. I did not see that anywhere. So unfortunately, I would love to see those green little guys wear
they could be
Santa
elves
hats.
or something.
Oh, they have the ear.
That would have been perfect.
Do they have? Yeah, they have ears, right?
They have
trying
long
to
ears. Yeah, long
conjure up the image of a. Yeah, I think they do have the ears.
I believe they do. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
I know. Oh, well. And then Buzz could be dressed up as Santa.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe even Mr. Potato Head. He's kind of their father.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, Potato Head is Santa. I like it. Guys, we should become Imagineers. Look at that. Yeah.
This wasn't part of the episode. We just
add Potato Santa.
Swinging it. You know? Wow. So there's no Animal Kingdom.
I did not find anything. I think there was like a show or two that kind of changed slightly.
No rides. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard. It is kind of hard to, aside from just decorations, I guess there's not much you can do with too many of the rides. Although we have one idea. Because we had to have one idea. So we'll get into that.
For sure.
But as for Disneyland, The ones that have overlays already are Storybook Land canal boats. We did not actually know about this. We had a follower mention it on Instagram when we asked people what they would like to have overlaid. She gave a great idea, and then she mentioned that this one is already a thing.
Yeah, she was like, a lot of people forget it, and we never used to go on the ride until we had our son.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really know. But it's just like, this is at What I'm Wearing to Disney, amazing page. Definitely go follow her, and we'll talk about her suggestions soon. But yeah, this one just has, the little, not figurines, but the little models that you see of like the different castles or like the towns and stuff like that. Actually go in there with little tiny, like 1 centimeter wreaths or something like that.
So
like they're
cute.
so tiny, and they do deck it out.
I would love
for
to
Christmas.
see that.
Yeah,
I had no
so
clue
adorable.
that was a thing, but I bet it is so cute to see all of those tiny little models all Christmased out. I love it.
So cute.
Wow.
We
always say
are
the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Actually, this brings us to, I think, 2 of the best holiday overlays.
I would say so. Probably the most well known for sure.
Do you want me to get
Disneyland.
this first one, then you can get the second one?
Sure.
Okay, so the first one is It's a Small World holiday. And this one has
beautiful.
Yeah. Exterior, amazing. Totally transformed. Which is great because I think a lot of them, you go inside, then you see the change. But this one and the next one. Exterior is totally transformed, and then you go inside, there's just so many Christmas decorations, and then also the music is different too. So it's they're playing some Christmas songs, but then I think they also blend it into the regular Small World theme as well.
So cute.
And it's just a total overlay where it's not just like some kind of half butted thing. We are a clean podcast for if any kiddos are watching. We're a clean podcast, but I'm still drinking.
Drinking alcohol.
But amazing overlay. Definitely go check this out. And I don't think that this happens at Magic Kingdom.
So,
I could be
it's
wrong.
A very, very different exterior.
Yeah.
They couldn't do that. I mean,
and internally, I don't. Yeah, but also this next one is one that Walt Disney World does not get to experience as well. And can you tell us a little bit about this?
Oh, the thing that sets us apart, I feel like, in terms of our haunted mansions, is our Christmas overlay. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas at the Haunted Mansion is probably one of the most popular parts of that ride.
Yeah. And it's a major overhaul.
It's huge.
It's crazy.
And it is so cool. I mean, it has grown on me a lot. I feel like I was always very much like a fan of just the original, which obviously I still am. It is the original. It's amazing, but that overlay is insane and it's so cool. And I mean, people I think travel from all over the place to come see that one.
Yeah.
All the East Coast people definitely like just hear about it and have to come see it because it's so unique.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is it keeps the dark nature of the ride, but it is so much more colorful, which I've always loved because it does bring such an interesting life to it because it has a similar tone. You still see scenes from the original, yet new animatronics, new decorations, like the music, everything. I think it's probably the best holiday overlay.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to hear more about this, Make It Magical, our friends Emily and Clayton, we love you guys so much. They did an awesome episode diving into the history of this change. One thing that was very shocking to me that I learned is that 90% of the overlay props and animatronics and all that stuff actually are stored in the mansion itself. So it's not even in a a warehouse or something like that. They have room in the Haunted Mansion to keep them there, which is nice because then once that change happens, and it takes about 3 weeks. Yeah, they just bring it out and then all this stuff. But it's crazy that it's animatronics too that they have to change out because it's not just oh, let's just put this wreath here or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's real moving animatronics that they have to
make sure they're all working properly and, you know, plugged in properly and all that. So it's much work. So many cast members must have to be a part of that overhaul.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. I heard during, and also in this episode, that the first time they did the overlay, like some of the Imagineers would just sleep in the mansion. Because they were just kind of working nonstop to try to get it, done in time. So definitely go check out Make It Magical's episode on that because it's incredible.
Very interesting stuff.
Super cool.
I love it.
And then the last two here are found in California Adventure. It's Luigi's Joy to the Whirl. Whirl, get it? Spinning.
Whirl.
It's a very fun time. And then Mater's Jingle Jamboree. And so these ones, like Cars Land always goes off like during the holidays, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like those two rides change during Halloween and then during Christmas as well.
Radiator Springs, though.
I know. I would love to. Oh man, to see like a little bit of like a wreath in Radiator Springs. Yeah. Oh, as in one of the. Oh.
Yeah, that should have been one of our. We missed one.
We have too many good ideas for California Adventure. But oh man. Anyways, that's pretty much all of them. If we missed any, definitely let us know below or on Instagram. And speaking of, you know, YouTube or Instagram, if you're listening on YouTube, definitely go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, definitely go follow us. It means so much and it really helps out our show. But with that, should we jump into the followers and their suggestions?
Yeah, we actually got quite a few responses. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Some of them did overlap with us, but there was a good couple that did not.
Yeah.
Ones we didn't think of.
And so we're going to talk about some that did differ from ours. And then the ones that did overlap with our ideas, the ones that we actually had, we're just going to tell you where, like what section, what park you could find them at. And then we'll kind of just discuss them together. But I guess I could talk about the first one first. So we got one from @lovely_mom. Amazing name. I'm sure you're a very lovely mom. So she said, and this was not on her list, she said Matterhorn. And I was like, ooh, that would be so awesome. And like, I don't know, I'm trying to picture like what you could do.
Well, it would probably be similar to one of our other ideas.
Yeah, one of our other ideas.
That probably gives a lot away.
We'll dive deeper into that a bit. But yeah, super awesome idea. I just like maybe you could get, you know, that'd be a little, I was going to say like a sled that's all broken up by the Yeti kind of in there instead of the little Skyway buckets, but I feel like that'd be very sad. Santa, we don't want to see you attacked.
Yeah,
but,
we do not need to see that.
We don't. Yeah, but we love that suggestion. Thank you so much for responding to our question there. Yeah, that'd be so awesome. Love it.
We got 2 followers who said Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. We have What I'm Wearing to Disney and Rox Lehman. Both said Big Thunder would be a good choice, and I definitely agree. I had this thought as well. It's not on our list, but I was thinking it would be cool too. I was just trying to like envision how it would be done in terms of like theming and stuff, but it would be really cool. I mean, they were talking about how awesome it would be to see like the mountains covered in snow, which would be so beautiful. And then, I think they could do some more fun stuff for sure, like in the caves and like in the little town at the end, right?
Yeah. And also you could do it kind of like Jingle Cruise, right? Like the animals, almost as if they got into some Christmas decoration. So it could be like you're traveling through this like, you know, wilderness, but maybe the train before you or whatever had kind of crashed and there's like, you know, Christmas decorations. It was carrying Christmas decorations to a nearby town or something, and all the animals got into it, and so maybe they, you know, have a wreath around their neck, or like they have, you know, other fun little things, and that would be really, really fun. So thank you both for those suggestions.
Yes.
It would be really awesome to see some snow-capped Thunder Mountain things.
You know, beautiful.
I feel like Thunder's in the desert, but maybe Santa brought a little bit of extra snow, a little extra magic
just
to
the whole magic dusting of snow.
The Arizona. There, or Texas, I don't know where it's supposed to be at, but the desert somewhere. But
we got
go for it.
Yeah, I'll just keep keep on going. We got one from Brooke the Merm.
We love you, Brooke.
She's awesome. We love her so much. Go check out her page if you haven't yet.
And Wicked Princess Co.
Oh, yes.
Her store, which makes amazing bracelets. All themed towards different things. So shout out to Brooke.
Yes, shout out to Brooke. So Brooke said that she would love to see Under the Sea, which is the aerial ride in Disney World, have a Christmas overlay. She had a really cool idea of having like basically sand snowmen, which I think is such a cute idea. And just probably like Christmas songs and like a Christmas party going on under the sea. Sounds like a very fun, unique idea.
I feel like that'd be cool because it's like, Christmas is celebrated, for the most part all around the world. And then to think, do little creatures, also celebrate. And so that'd be kind of a fun little way, a little nod to, what is going on down there? If there's a whole world of talking sea life, like, are they celebrating as well?
Yeah.
And so kind of doing a little bit of a change like that'd be great.
Cute.
That'd be awesome.
Very, very unique idea. I wouldn't have thought of that myself.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I love it.
Such a good
so
idea.
Great. Thanks again, Brooke.
Yes.
And then the last one here, we had Autopia, which was suggested by @Aerial Coverage provided by. And I feel like that would be really awesome. Maybe because like we mentioned at Disney World, they have the Tomorrowland Speedway. So I feel like, and you go through so many different terrains in Autopia. So maybe it could be something themed of like trying to get home for the holidays or something. And maybe there's like little things, like maybe it almost looks like that little astronaut or whatever that's in Autopia, that like little guy. Like he's trying to sell you gifts or something like that. And then you have to go past like some other things and you're just trying to get back to be home and there's just like a whole bunch of like Christmas stuff all around.
Decorations scattered
all
throughout as you're driving.
Yeah, some Christmas trees. Oh, that'd be so awesome.
I like it.
So
another good one.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ariel. Great suggestions. And then like we said, we have a few more that do overlap with our ideas. So we got hit up by Market House Podcast, and they said a suggestion that's in Disneyland and in Magic Kingdom. For ours, it falls within Magic Kingdom. But also we got @Disney How We Do It. Disney How We Do It. What is that? I love that. And then @Meg Crofton, they had a suggestion, same ride that we came up with for California Adventures. So you'll hear that in our California Adventure segment. And then also Meg Crofton and @Darling of Disney had one for DCA as well. A lot of DCA ideas, which is awesome because there was some potential there.
Totally.
I really dig.
I think really that there's a lot that could be done if Disney decides to go that route.
Yeah.
Future holiday seasons.
Yeah, something that would definitely be like all for. So with that, should we jump into Magic Kingdom?
Yeah. We're starting our list in Magic Kingdom. We've got a lot to go from here. But do you want me to go for it?
Yeah, go for it. And this was one that make magical. Sorry, we're so close to both of them. Market House Podcast. And they both start with M. Yeah, Market House Podcast suggested, and we had come up with before we put the questionnaire out. So do you want to take it?
Yes. So we decided that for Magic Kingdom, we would change Winnie the Pooh to be Christmas themed, and we would call it 100 Acre Wonderland. I came
love
up
that.
with that one actually.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So yeah, we kind of just thought it would be really fun to kind of switch things up in the ride, and maybe rather than it being like Winnie the Pooh's birthday as it is.
Well, so that's technically the Disneyland one because that's the one that we knew.
Huh?
I looked back at the one in Magic Kingdom, and it's so weird. It's actually not. I mean, it's a really great ride, but it's actually not the birthday. It's like just a blustery day, and then Winnie the Pooh goes to sleep, and then he encounters the Heffalumpa Woozles, same kind of thing. And then they wake up, and then they're like, cool, the like wintry, the like blustery day is gone, and then they're happy.
So rather
like
than the blustery
Disneyland,
day, it's just going to be a snowy day, basically. It's going to be snowfall, and they're going to be in the 100 Acre Wood as usual, and there's gonna be lots of Christmas decorations, and maybe we give it a more specific theme, like Winnie the Pooh is trying to get to a Christmas party with all the friends and Christopher Robin.
Oh, and he falls asleep before he gets to the party. Mm-hmm. And he has, because the Heffalump scene, I was like, how do you make that Christmas? Maybe he does fall asleep and he has this like crazy Christmas dream, and they're wearing Santa hats, like put Santa hats on them. But then he wakes up and then he's finally at a party. I like that. I like that idea.
I think so too.
Because there's multiple like Winnie the Pooh Christmas specials. So I feel like it kind of works with that. If it was the Disneyland one, we already had 2 for Disneyland, but if it was the Disneyland one, it would be cool to do like, you know, Pooh is throwing a Christmas party or something like that. Like he's the one throwing a Christmas party, because at the end they're all like saying happy birthday to him and stuff like that. But just kind of switch that over with the Christmas theme. But
I like it.
That is our idea there. When you look at the attractions from Magic Kingdom, it's really hard to try to figure out one that would kind of fit with the holiday theme, but Pooh was one that we felt really fit the bill. So
yeah, and we were also thinking of not attraction, but Be Our Guest, the restaurant, and then we realized that it already has kind of a Christmas overhaul that comes around at this time of year. So
yeah,
they beat us to that one.
They did, yeah. And I think, I don't know if this happens or not in it, but you know that amazing Beauty and the Beast Christmas special. If like Belle came out in that, like I think she's wearing that nice red snowy jacket dress, and then you hear some music from that, like that'd be really cool. Maybe they already do that, but that special has just, you know, I grew up watching it. It's so sweet, and that'd be really cool to do a little more theming towards that. I would love it. Yes. But yeah, so awesome. So the next one is going to be in Hollywood Studios, and we're gonna take Runaway Railway. Instead of Runaway Railway, which we haven't been on before, we will once it's in Toontown. Instead of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, it'll be Mickey and Minnie's Crazy Christmas Caravan. So, still sticking with that like crazy tongue twister of a name, and the cool thing about this, and I don't know which rooms could really fully transform, because obviously there's like some props and some sets that are very, you know, they're created specifically for that room. But as you could tell in some of the scenes, they could flip the projection mapping, the visuals that you actually see, to something really, really quick. So this might be one that once you get the animation down, could be an easy transfer to a holiday special. So maybe not the whole ride is Christmas, but maybe some of the scenes, you know, maybe you flip one to like the North Pole. So maybe it's still like a Christmas train that's trying to get to the North Pole or something like that. Like Goofy's taking you there instead of, I forgot where he's trying to take you originally. But you know, you're trying to get there and you go through multiple winter scenes and things like that. And then by the end, you make it to the North Pole, and maybe you see like Santa waving at you, like a little, you know, Mickey looking Santa, not Mickey, but you know, that kind of cartoon Santa. So I think that'd be really, really fun. Should be pretty easy because nothing's really set in stone. There's obviously some animatronics, but a lot of it's just kind of projected onto things. So I think that you could actually make that a really fun Mickey Christmas adventure. And I'd be all for it. Yeah, to see like Mickey and Christmas in one ride would be awesome.
Pretty magical. That would be cool to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we're going to talk about Animal Kingdom. And it was kind of tricky to figure out what we would do here, aside from like just decorating certain areas of this park, which would also be really cool to see.
Yeah.
To pick an attraction was a little tricky.
Really
but
tough.
I had the idea of transforming Everest into a Christmas ride where you are basically, it would be called Search for the North Pole. So you're
Everest
on this,
Search for the North Pole.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yes. So you're on the hunt for the North Pole. It's obviously a crazy ride.
Yeah.
And then you're going to obviously encounter some scary beasts along the way. And you're trying to find North Pole. Not really sure exactly what's going to happen. We didn't get like too far into it.
Yeah.
But by the end, you're going to find the North Pole and Santa Claus.
Yeah. I love that because like I don't know. Yeah, because layout is kind of weird, right? There's a lot of craziness that happens, and the bummer is that you see the Yeti like almost right near the end. It'd be cool if you had like, and then you finally exit that part, and then you're right at the beginning again. But it would be so cool if they could like design it in a way that you're on an expedition to see if the North Pole really exists, and by the end you get there. But before that, you're encountering, the legendary Yeti, which would be so awesome.
And I guess it's kind of highly unlikely that you would be searching for the North Pole, like in the Himalayas.
Yes.
But it's kind of besides the point.
Yeah. Just for those couple of months.
Just to make it fun, because it's very icy and snowy, and it just makes sense to be North Pole themed.
Yeah. I love that.
I think it's a fun idea.
You know what would be cool is a big part of the Everest attraction is the queue where, there's like things being like, oh, is the Yeti real? Like, this is the research we've done on that and all this stuff. It would be cool if you could just, for those couple of months, overlay papers that are like, is Santa real? Like North Pole expedition, what we've heard about. Yeah, all this stuff. And so that really kind of brings you into it. And then as you're going, and then, you encounter the Yeti. And then by the end, Tim Allen pops out and you're like, there he is. He's real.
It's Santa.
It's Santa. But yeah, no, I love that ride. And I think that's the best we could do with this land. Because you can't put costumes on live animals.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, there's nothing you can do for the Kilimanjaro Safari. You can't do anything with Flight of Passage. Everest was kind of like the only one that really made sense to switch. Yeah.
The other idea that I thought when you just said Flight of Passage is the Navi River journey. Like if you switch that slightly to their, like in Star Wars, they celebrate Life Day, which is kind of like their Christmas. If Navi River journey, you get to see how they celebrate a quote unquote Christmas or like their main holiday. Yeah. And it's slightly tweaked. But that's the only two that I could really place. Yeah. You can't do dinosaur.
Yeah.
You can't do like Dino Land USA. Yeah. Yes, you can, but I think that's going to be torn down pretty quick. So
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, that's probably not a good choice.
Yeah.
So we're going with Everest for this one.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's the best option.
Yeah. For Epcot, we came up with, I think this would be perfect. I think it would actually fit pretty well. So Frozen Ever After, we actually didn't come up with a name. I'm down to just call it Olaf's Frozen Adventure or something like that. Just like the 20-minute short
on Disney Plus.
It's so sweet.
So cute. We actually just watched it again today, and we've watched it a few times already this season. Our son loves it. He loves Olaf. And it's such a cute short. It's like, I guess it's like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And such a fun little Christmas short of Olaf trying to find a Christmas tradition for Anna and Elsa. It's really cute.
It is.
I love it. And I think that name is fitting to switch the ride to.
Yeah, and I think it'd be so awesome because I think those songs are so great as well. So you have, Ring in the Season. And near the beginning, you see I think you see Olaf first on the ride, right? And then but there's an Olaf sequence, then there's a, Anna and Kristoff, then you get your Elsa sequence. And then at the end, you get more of all the characters. So I feel like there's a place where at the beginning you could do Ring in the Season. Great song. Maybe you could even do the holiday tradition song that he sings that time of year, I believe. And then by the end of it, maybe when you see Elsa and then you go back and you see everyone, you could do that When We're Together, which is that last track on that special.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be really, really easy to like just change because it's just projected as well. Their faces aren't like real animatronics, Yeah. So you could just change it slightly and have them talking about like getting ready for, their Christmas traditions. What do they do? What are their traditions they don't remember? That's the first time that they've done one in a while. And I feel like that'd be an easy change.
It would be cute.
Christmas stuff in there,
lots
and I
of
think
decorations.
It'd be awesome.
I think it would be really cute too. I think that would be such a fun overlay. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that none of the followers mention this. Oh no, okay. So it was Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom, then we got DCA. So these are ones that were mentioned by our followers. Now that we're coming back to the West Coast, we're in California Adventure. I think these are pretty awesome.
I think so too. So starting with DCA, we had a couple of Instagram followers mention this ride, which we had written down as well. So Disney How We Do It and Meg Crofton both had this idea. We were all thinking of a Guardians of the Galaxy overhaul.
Yeah.
And our name for this one, he came up with it. I thought it was hilarious. If you have seen the new Christmas special for Guardians of the Galaxy on Disney Plus, you will understand. If you have not, you won't understand. But we decided to call it Mission Bacon. Yeah. Because if you haven't seen it, Kevin Bacon is a big part of that Christmas special. So rather than Mission Breakout, it's Mission Bacon. So I just think it would be so fun to see some Christmas songs in Guardians of the Galaxy and just kind of see what happened in that special kind of happen in the ride a little bit. Like Mantis and Drax trying to find Kevin Bacon, and it's just kind of like a chaotic, because as it was in the special, just kind of a crazy time. It'd be so fun. Oh, it'd be
awesome. I just thought of this too. I mean, and one thing is that Guardians already has, Monsters After Dark, Halloween, and they already filmed that, and it's mainly just video, so they don't need to change like animatronics or anything. But I was thinking it'd be cool, how they always shoot you up first. Maybe it starts on Earth, the screen first, and instead of Rocket putting on the music, maybe it starts with them at Kevin Bacon's house. And then they like get him in the ship. And then from there you blast off to space. And then one of the scenes is like, spoiler warning, I guess, if you haven't seen it. But one of the scenes is like Peter being like, wait, why did you kidnap Kevin Bacon? And then you do some more falling and like some crazy things. And then you finally like go back to Earth to return him or something. But I think it'd be funny. So much fun. And then there's multiple Christmas songs in that special. So you got that original from that like band that was in there. And then there's also like tons of other Christmas songs that were really fun. And I think it would be awesome. The fact that there's a Halloween one, but not a Halloween short, but there is a holiday short. Let's get that changed.
To do it.
That'd be so easy and so much fun.
It would be so fun. And I think that new Christmas special is going to be like kind of a staple now. Everyone's going to know it and love it. So Disney better get on that overhaul.
I know. I told you, I was like, this is one we're going to watch every year. Yeah. Like it's very heartwarming. Yeah. Very funny. And really I want to watch it at least one more time before Christmas comes this year.
And kind of a big bomb was dropped in
it. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was like, if you don't see this special, you're going to be probably a little confused by the time the next movie comes out.
It definitely ties in with the next movie. So super
if you
exciting.
haven't watched it yet, you should.
Yeah. So this next one was suggested by Meg Crofton again. And then at Darling of Disney, another really great friend of ours. Super awesome. And we came up with this idea as well.
Yes. This is like one of my favorite ideas we have.
Yeah, you know what? Do this one and I'll get the next one. It's such a good idea.
Steal it.
No.
We'll both talk about it. But I think this was probably like my first idea when we thought of doing this episode. Definitely think a Soarin' Around the World holiday edition would be amazing, and we would call it Holidays Around the World. Pretty basic, but I just think it makes sense because it would be so cool to see how tons of other countries around the world celebrates the holidays. Yeah, to just get a whole bunch of new footage around Christmas time and have it just for the holiday season would be so cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely sure everywhere that I would pick for it, but it would be so cool.
Continents, yeah. Like every single continent.
I love the idea of that because, I mean, it's crazy. It really is like pretty much the most widely celebrated holiday. Yeah. And it would just be so amazing to get to see, how everybody else does that.
Yeah. I think it would be so amazing. Yeah, it's just footage, right? So I feel like it could be easily switched out.
Yeah. Getting the footage is the hard part, but
Yeah, getting the footage. Once they do that, though, I mean, I feel like that is just an easy win for them.
I think so too.
And then what you said to me too, end it back at the Disney park. And it's Christmas time there. Mm-hmm. And maybe instead of Tink flying to see Santa and the reindeer, and they like idea. And all the lights come on during Christmas.
I love that.
That'd be, how do you not do that? I think that's like a huge one. I think that'd be so perfect. Yeah, it really does.
I would love to see that one. Maybe in the future they'll hear our episode and
and they'll do it
from us.
Yeah. So now we bring it to our last park in the US, which is Disneyland. And I guess we'll just both talk about it, but I guess I can talk about this one. So remember, we had to pick two from this. So we're ending with our last one. I think is really, really good. I think this one's fun too. But this one's actually not a ride, and it's an attraction. But we thought how amazing it would be. And some people might not like this because, Walt actually worked on this ride. And, it was such a breakthrough in audio animatronics, but I think that would be really, really awesome.
I think it would. And it's only for a time. It's not like they'd be leaving it.
Exactly. Different. Yeah, and I think it would be pretty easy to do. So this would be an Enchanted Tiki Christmas. And we really got this idea from just, the whole Mele Kalikimaka, all this stuff where, like a Hawaiian or just like a Tiki themed Christmas where maybe, you go in there and they kind of like call out that, oh, you caught our show like during the holidays. And maybe they're wearing like little Christmassy kind of things, but it's similar. You're still going to hear Tiki Room, but maybe with like a little more like ukulele or something in the back. But then they will do a few Christmas special songs. And then maybe instead of the storm that happens and that maybe they get their first snow of the season, and then it turns into this like really kind of I don't know, just magical winter wonderlandy kind of thing. Maybe even I don't know how they would do this, especially because the animatronics are very old, but it'd be really cool if they could like do some Snope, which is like the Disney fake snow in there, and you can have like the palm trees, but the palm trees have ornaments on them, and just kind of having something like that, like a little island Christmas would be so cool.
I love this idea.
And yeah, I feel like the music would be absolutely great. And it would get people who usually don't, might not go into Tiki Room all the time, to go in to see it, to see the, holiday version. And I think just it provides a little bit extra, for that attraction, which is an amazing attraction.
I would love to see that. I think that is such a cute idea.
So adorable,
kind of another like wouldn't have thought of it myself.
Yeah,
it was his idea, but I love it. I think that would be such a fun thing for Disney to do.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, this is our last idea of this list for Disneyland, and this is a ride that is not actually there yet.
Yeah,
but will be soon, as we know. So we were thinking Tiana's Bayou Adventure would be really cool with a Christmas overlay. Yeah. We would call it Christmas in New Orleans, as there's a very popular Christmas song called Louis Armstrong. It's a great song.
Yeah, I'm sure other people did it over the years. I know that John Legend did it, and probably some other people. But great song, and just brings about the kind of New Orleans Christmas vibes.
It would be so fitting, so perfect for this ride if they could. I think that we had the idea that rather than the theme that is going to be a part of the ride, which is that she's on the search for some ingredient, right?
Yeah, so she's opening up, if I can get this right, it's not on the top of my head, but her restaurant's doing so well that I think they're opening up a new, I don't know if it's a new restaurant or just like a bigger area for the workers to make food or something like that. But they're throwing a grand opening for this new location that they have. And so for that grand opening, and I think it happens right at Mardi Gras, She's trying to look for a special ingredient in the swamp kind of, area that's really going to be for her new dish that's just going to blow everyone away. So thinking of it as, instead of Mardi Gras, let's do a Christmas time.
Christmas party, once again. I feel like Christmas party is kind of the name of the game with a lot of these rides that we came up with. But yeah, so she's preparing for a Christmas party. She's probably going to make some beignets or something, maybe some different food item, but probably still on the search for that. I don't think that we would change every aspect of the ride, but yeah, lots of Christmas music in there. Christmas
maybe
decorations.
do Christmas in New Orleans instead of, right after the drop, where now it's Zippity Doodah. I'm sure it'll probably be like, dig a little deeper or something. Maybe even, maybe they'll do a new song for that little section, that like triumphant, like ending section.
Yeah.
But maybe replace that with Christmas in New Orleans. Everyone's having the party there. I feel like that'd be really cool.
That's a fun idea.
The only thing here is there's two ways you go about this. Would they spend that much on a holiday overlay? Which I don't think it would be too much, right? It would have to change the audio to kind of change the narrative a little bit. Would have to put some like Christmas decorations on and stuff like that. But it would be a way to bring people on the ride during the winter months when it usually is probably not as crowded.
Popular,
so it'll take some of the crowds away, because people would want to see it. But maybe, I don't know if this works. I know that some of the water rides in Disney parks, you could control the level of splash that you get. Maybe they would have to put that system in place in Splash because it's been around for so long. But it would be nice if you could go on a water ride, not get super wet, especially in the winter outside, months. But I think it would be really, really cool. Christmas and New Orleans just kind of fit together. Very magical holiday, very magical place.
Yes.
Love New Orleans so much.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it'd be awesome.
I do too.
See Lewis with the little Santa hat on.
Oh yeah, it's so fitting. Music. Splash Mountain never got anything like that. I don't think that it would have made any sense. But for the Tiana ride, there's just something about New Orleans and Christmas that just like go together for me. So I just feel like that ride would be perfect to incorporate some Christmas time.
Totally.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it'd be so cool. So before we even end, I just want to go through and which rides that we came up with do you think
are actually possible?
Are actually possible. Like, even if you know that it's not going to happen, but which ones do you think are the most plausible? Let's start with the first one, like Winnie the Pooh, 100-Acre Wonderland. Could you see that at Magic Kingdom?
I can't see them actually putting the time and money into it because it's just kind of been there for a while. I think it's a cute idea, but I just don't know that Disney would think like, oh, Winnie the Pooh, let's like create this whole new storyline and put all this money into it for just a few months of the year. I don't think that it's a big enough attraction for them to care enough, probably. I think it would be cute, but whatever.
It'd be cute, yeah. For the Crazy Christmas Caravan, Mickey and Minnie, I don't know if it's really plausible. I think that it would be awesome for them though, because it is video projection, a lot of the stuff in there. So I feel like bringing that new element, and it's a ride that's in both Disney World and Disneyland, which would be awesome because you could do that for both parks. Get more people, to try to see that during those months. And it would be a pretty easy change, I believe. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be too. I could see that, like, any new ride, I could see them, like, putting more effort into. So for that one, I could see it too. If it's an older one, I just don't think Disney's going to, like, want to put that much money into it. But in the future, yes, it's just going to be opening here soon and over in Disney World. It's pretty recent, so maybe it won't be something they think about right away, but I could see it happening at some point.
For Everest? I don't think it's
probably not.
I think it's like the best idea that you come up with. Not you.
I think
we could come up with, at
it's a fun
Animal
idea.
Kingdom. Is a really tough one.
But with Animal Kingdom, I don't think, like, if they haven't yet come up with anything, I don't think at this point they're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna
Let's
put
do it,
the
yeah.
Christmas theme on Everest. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think there should be some way that they bring in and holiday into Animal Kingdom a little bit more, but yeah, I think attractions are really hard there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Frozen Ever After in Epcot, I could actually see
this, yeah.
I could actually see this. Like, this could be in the top 3 probably that I could see happening.
Yeah.
Especially because I think a lot more people are loving that special that they did, and great music.
Yeah.
Why let
really
it go to
memorable
waste?
songs.
Add it into the attraction.
I could
love
see
that.
it happening too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, with all of these ideas, it's like they're probably not gonna do all of them. Like, it's probably gonna be like one here or there if they happen at all.
Yeah.
So it's not like we can expect tons and tons of new Christmas overhauls anytime soon.
Yeah. But out of this list, I think that could be pretty plausible.
Yeah. I think so too.
Now, Guardians, I think these 2 in DCA are probably the most plausible. Like, I honestly, there's already a Guardians holiday special.
Yeah.
Why not? They did one for Halloween.
And they already did the Halloween. Yeah, exactly.
And then Soarin' makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 most plausible ones. And I would be so down for them.
Me too. I could see those happening. I would be super stoked if they did that.
Yeah. And maybe even, like the Guardians one, Monsters After Dark happens halfway throughout the day. Maybe you could always do that. If people want to ride their original Guardians, you could always do a half day thing.
Yeah, or like weekends or something.
Yeah. I think those 2 could definitely. I think Soarin' might even be the most plausible. I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
The only thing is, I don't know, like, because they've already switched it out once, and they sometimes rotate. I just don't know if they would throw in another one to rotate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be totally worth it.
I think it would be too.
It's a lot of work.
It'd be so cool. It's a way to bring people back.
Yeah.
If you want to go on
For the
World
holidays.
and then I really want to see the holiday one, and then you come back. So
oh my gosh,
I think
that
that'd
would
be
be
so
cool. I would love to see that one.
Yeah. And Enchanted Tiki Christmas, I think this is not as
Another
possible.
one. They probably just wouldn't.
Yeah, because it's
an
such a
older
classic
one.
attraction, but
Such a cute idea.
Yeah, I think it is really cute.
I would have loved to see
excited
that.
to see that.
Tiana's
Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think it would be awesome. I think the only thing is that it's a water ride during winter. But I think, honestly, those 2 themes together would
Totally
be
make
so...
sense.
It would. I feel like it would.
I think it would be
I
really
think that'd
cool.
be like in top 5 that I could see for sure.
Yeah,
out of
plausibility.
8, right? Yeah, I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Who knows what we'll see in these.
There's already some great holiday overlays. We just want to thank you, listeners, again for your suggestions. So amazing.
Yep. Some great ideas.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. And sometimes we forget to post a question and all this stuff because our life can just be busy, raising a kid and working and all this stuff. But it's always such a great time hearing what you guys have to say and your thoughts and everything on these, because you guys just kill it. You guys have amazing thoughts. But we just wanted to say thank you again. I hope your holiday season is going so well so far. We have a couple of weeks, so we're gonna have a couple more Christmas episodes coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.